All right, guys, welcome back to Duty's Daggers. It's a really exciting day for me because this is a big deal here. The knife in this box is a big deal. It is like the knife, the ultimate knife for a lot of people. You probably already know. Bought it from USA Made Blade. This is a USA Made Blade exclusive. That's cool. Got a little Velcro patch deal and a sticker. Oh, baby! Made in the USA. Here we go. Oh, oh dude. Bro. This is the Koenig Arius. A knife considered by many to be the best knife. It's a grail for a lot of people. I tried them. It's not my first time trying one. I've tried a few. I've tried the flipper version. I've tried the flipperless version. I've tried the mini even. And I don't know. You know, tastes change. Knife tastes change. At least mine do. I'm assuming a lot of yours do as well. Back maybe like a year ago, I didn't really like the Arius that much when I tried it. It had excellent action, but it was just a little big, and I don't know, just the overall look wasn't like grabbing me. But in the past couple months, looking at it, it's kind of caught my interest again, and I started thinking, man, that is a really good looking knife. And it kind of, it just kind of got me. And then I was considering buying one, and then someone in my group chat commented that these were in stock at USA Made Blade in, drum roll, where is it? M398. Dude. Yes. And this is apparently one of their new milling patterns called Plexa. At least I think it's new. I've never seen it before. So the M398 plus this milling pattern, I was like, yes, I have to do it. Man. Oh. Yeah, the action's so good on these, man. So light, too, for how big the knife is. It's insanely light. Insanely light. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. So snappy, man. So smooth. Such an excellent reverse flick. Incredible reverse flick. Oh gosh. It even has like kind of a metallic sound to it when it flips. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. Now, one of my complaints with the original version, or not the original version, one of my complaints with the first Arius I tried, it was a flipper version, and I felt kind of like pushed far back from the edge. Like I felt far away from it. I don't think that's really actually a problem. My tastes have changed in that regard a little bit. I'm okay nowadays with being a little farther back, as long as I can have room to stick my finger up here to block the choil if I'm cutting cardboard and it keeps getting snagged. That's really annoying. So if I can put my finger up here and kind of prevent that from happening, then I'm cool. I'm good. Plus, I kind of like the way the flipper tab is kind of curved to match my finger right here on the underside. It feels really nice and secure right there. I like that feeling. Yeah, the ergos on the Arius are so good. Super sick hollow grind on this thing too, man. Love the two-tone blade. And it is a deep hollow grind all the way to the tip. You can still feel that it's hollow right here, way at the tip. Very sharp. The lock bar cutout is so thin. Look at that. And then I think, yeah, if you look down in this hole, it should say, yeah, it says Gen 4 batch 16 right down in there. I think that's pretty cool. Does it say anything else on the inside? Not that I can see. I also like that the blade steel is hidden in both the closed and open positions. Actually, you can kind of see it in the closed. Yeah, you can see it. But it's not very noticeable, and then it disappears in the open. I think that's cool, and it's kind of like almost stamped in there. Are all Arius like that, or is it just because this is a special steel? Do they do that little stamp on all Arius? Oh my gosh, this thing snaps. There is no fail in this, not even close. Yeah. The Arius is just excellently made. Koenig is so precise. And I will say this as well. Every single Arius I've ever tried, which is not a ton, but I've tried a few of the large, and I think only two small ones, but at least 4, maybe 5 larges. They have all felt action-wise the exact same. With the smoothness, the detent strength, everything has felt exactly the same, knife to knife. And there's really something to be said for that kind of reliability in action. It sucks when there's a knife company, and there's a knife period, that doesn't have consistent action, knife to knife, you know? It really sucks, you know? It also kind of muddies the waters, you know? You hear people talking, oh, my such and such has such awesome action. It's so snappy. And then you're like, man, that's going to be cool. I can't wait to get mine. And it comes and it's mushy. And you're like, man, do they know what they're talking about? Or did I just get a lemon? Or what's going on here? It sucks. It really sucks. You know, you could get a knife that has, you know, kind of mushy, crappy flipping action, and you just got a bad one. All the other ones are really good, and you wrote it off as being, you know, not what you wanted. When if you just had gotten a better example, you would have loved the knife. So, yeah, having that consistency is really big. Yeah, this is really sick. This is going to be a user for sure, man. This is a great work knife. I can't wait to cut test this. I don't think I have cut tested an Arius yet, because the few that I've gotten sent in, I believe the owners, they were like safe queens, or the owners didn't want me to cut test them, I believe. So yeah, we are going to see the cutting performance of the famous Arius. It's a deep hollow grind, so I don't expect it to be crazy thin behind the edge. Yeah, about 18. Yeah, 18. So with hollow grinds, you tend to get a higher measurement behind the edge than you would like a thinly ground flat grind. But the fact that it's a hollow grind kind of makes up for that slight, you know, more larger measurement behind the edge, because it almost like gets thicker and then almost gets thinner before it gets thicker again, like kind of right back in here a little bit. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I've noticed that deep hollow grinds like this cut just as well as something super thin behind the edge. And then the blade stock thickness is almost kind of hard to measure, because this kind of cutout here comes all the way back. So I guess you'd have to measure all the way down here on this flat, I believe. Or you could probably measure it right here, actually. Let's see if that's the same. We got 156 thousandths. 156, yeah, it's the same. So yeah, you can measure right here. The sharpening choil is nice and big, so I can get, like, it's not a full choke up spot, but I can get my finger in there to block off that sharpening choil while I'm cutting. So that's fine with me. If it was bigger, I think the knife would look a little weird. And okay, here's a question for you, Arius guys. Did they enlarge this choil? I feel like I've seen older Arius with the sharpening choil a lot smaller. Uh, did they make it larger at some point? I don't know. Also, this pivot's really cool, like this dished out sort of pivot. I've never seen anything like that. That's cool. And it's a non-spinning pivot. You got that flat side there. I don't love this area back here. I don't mind it at all, but it's like, I don't use lanyards, so if it were up to me, I would probably just have that just solid, get rid of that and just have solid titanium back here, but it doesn't bother me. The clip. How is the clip going to be? I don't know. I'll have to let you guys know on that. I'm not wearing jeans right now, so I'll talk about that when I do the cut test. But it's not going to be, it's not a deep carry clip. Looks like you're going to have a significant little, I wouldn't say significant. You're going to have a little bit of the knife poking out of your pocket. That's fine by me. Yeah. Can I thumb flick it? Oh, yeah. Now, I'm sure a lot of you might be thinking, Kevin loves choke up spots. Why didn't he get a flipperless Arius? For some reason, I feel like the flipperless Arii look odd to me. There's something about the flipperless Arius that I think looks weird. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It looks odd to me having that flipper gone, and that's the reason. Plus, the flipper action is so good that it's almost like you're depriving yourself of another really sick deployment. If you had the flipperless, maybe you'd be able to choke up better, or for sure you would, but then you'd be missing out on this. That crazy, snappy, lovely flipping action. Should we do some little size comparisons quickly? Here's another big knife, the Gramsmo Norseman, and we are about the same size. About the same size as the Norseman there. Another Gramsmo Rask. I'm just getting out like my heavy hitters here. Holt Morpheus. Prince Customs Protean. Rosie. And Shirogrov Stellar. Shirogrov Stellar is about the same as well, maybe slightly shorter. And then we'll do a few knives that a lot of people own here. Demco 8020.5. Spyderco Native 5. And then how about Umnumzan, which should be, I think, about the same as well. Yep, about the same size. And one more. What's it gonna be? Let's do Malibu. There you go, folks. I own an Arius. Now, one thing I want to say real quick. I know there'll be somebody watching saying, "Man, that's a sick knife," but I'll never be able to afford it. This knife is about $800 bucks, maybe a little over. I know that seems like a lot, but let me tell you something. If you wanted this knife bad enough, anyone can slowly save up and get to, let's just say, $1,000 bucks. It might take you a pretty long time, but you can do it. Anyone can do it. All right, anyone can get up to saving $1,000 bucks. You just set aside a certain amount of money every paycheck, even if it's $5. You will eventually get there. Anyone can afford this knife. It just might take some longer than others. The reason I can afford this knife is because I'm making payments on it. So there's that route too. I did PayPal. PayPal has a pay in 4 thing where you make 4 payments on your purchase. And that's why I bought this, because I'm poor too. So yeah, there you go. Or you could do Sezzle too, if the website you're ordering from offers Sezzle. So there you go. I can't believe I own an Arius. I can't believe I finally saw the light. But I think I did. Time will tell. As I carry and use it, I will keep you guys updated on what I think. First impressions are, wow, this is sick. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. See you soon.